All right, folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman. With me today, got Derek in the house.
What's up, what's up?
Donnie is in the house.
I've returned.
Donnie, can you be seen? There you go.
Well, this is what I was trying to let you know.
Wow, you're going to call me for a botch in the beginning? So, folks, if this is your first time watching the YouTube channel, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit it with a nice, what do we want to say for tonight?
How about a super kick party?
Super kick party! Hit that super kick button for me. Hit that like as many times as you can. Helps more people see the video. Helps put it in the recommended sections for me. Also, I want to hear you guys, if you are in the live chat, tell me what you thought about Dynamite. We are going to run through everything from the top of the card all the way to the main event and discuss next week's show as well. With that being said, if you are new to the channel and you like what you see, hit subscribe, man. Come on in, hit subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of everything that is happening. Yeah. AEW Dynamite, man. Everything was happening live from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Bad news for Salt Lake City.
Why would you say something like that? Keep it about wrestling. I don't give a shit about this coronavirus. I'm getting real sick of this shit. All right, people?
Rudy! Sorry.
Anywho, AEW Dynamite review. We are talking about what took place on the show tonight. Very interesting. Some of the stuff I seen. I did see that somebody was at the show that I know that's a pro wrestler. I do not want to speak about it yet because he may appear on Dark. I don't know what he's doing there, but I will reach out to him. Hopefully I'll get to talk to him a little bit tomorrow about it. But definitely looks like some pretty cool stuff here. Let's see who's in the live chat with us. We got Original Biggie in the house. What's good, Obi-Wan? PR Nightmare in the house. Taco, thank you for showing some love, brother. Connor is in the house as well. Let's see here. Prince Rockstar says rip NBA season. That's exactly what he was talking about, this Utah stuff with Rudy Gobert. Casey, you're getting sick of it, Conrad. I work for a Royal Caribbean. Sorry. I'm not a fan of the coronavirus. Malik Murray says AEW is the best wrestling show. They listen to their fans. They do not have effing Goldberg as WWE does with the championship.
Who said that?
Malik Murray.
Thank you. I agree, man.
We're not gonna say that, Prince Rockstar. That slander that I just saw. Rob, what's good? See you in there as well. Let's start off with what we began talking about for the night. Adam Hangman Page backstage with the Young Bucks talking about the mystery partner.
I missed this.
Tensions were high backstage as they were discussing who the mystery partner would be, and maybe Matt Jackson, it was alluded to, would be his partner. And Hangman Page kind of said, F that. I don't need you. There's still tension between these two teams.
Beginning of the end.
So you're still sticking by this?
I'm still sticking with that.
So who's the wrong one in all of this? Is there a wrong one?
I wouldn't say there's a wrong one. I do feel like Hangman does feel left out. You know, Matt and Nick don't really they don't keep him included. All three of them, they don't really keep him included to make him feel like he's a part of the elite. It's just kind of like we roped you in just a little bit just to add another member.
I think it's just weird that he's not the EVP and everyone else is. It's different. But Hangman Page is still the man, though.
Yes.
So he just says he's going to go out there and do what he does best and get the win tonight for the elite and show him why he wants to do what he wants to do.
Exactly.
Now, we start off with the opening contest being Ortiz with Santana coming down to the ring versus Cody, who brings out his cheerleader, Brandy, his wife, and the coach, Double A, Arn Anderson. This was very different. In the beginning of the matchup, we saw some really good things, and we're going to go to Donnie first for this one, because we didn't get his thoughts last week. He was sick, whatever. Give me some bullshit excuse. You show up to work, damn it. This is like '06 wrestling. You don't want it bad enough. You show up when you're sick. It doesn't matter what you do. You show up, damn it. But Donnie, what did you think of Jake the Snake showing up, man?
I went crazy at that moment. I thought it was awesome. I'm looking forward to the future. He's one of my all-time favorites. And I liked their version of his classic theme. Did you notice that last week when the theme he came out?
Yeah.
Is pretty close to the original.
And they tried to remix it so they couldn't get in trouble.
He cut a great promo. I thought it was fantastic.
I find it funny how a lot of WWE former wrestlers are just kind of like showing up.
Listen, if you're not getting the play in WWE, you got to go where the money is. Man.
I know. I'm just saying. I just find it funny that you know.
Listen, at this point too, though, think about it. WCW's been gone for what, 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
And I know it's 19 technically, but I know they ended in 2001. But think about it like this: there's not too many people who didn't work for WWE at this point.
That's true.
At some point in time, so I don't want to hear, oh, they're just taking WWE guys. Chill with that shit, all right? Because everybody's a WWE guy. I mean, people just say that, oh, you're taking legends, WWE scraps.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake the Snake is a legend. He has done it all. He before his battle with his demons over the year. What did he say? 20 years it took him to get clean.
Yeah.
You know, he was with WWE, but he was also working the different territories back in the day too. So I mean, I think it's perfect for them to bring a legend like Jake the Snake to bring the knowledge and the experience to what's his client?
We're about to get into this. He comes out with his client, who we believe is his client.
I wasn't here for this, so I'm...
Jake the Snake comes out with Lance Archer. They appear through the crowd in the beginning of the matchup, and they don't do anything. They kind of just sit there. They're whispering to each other. Trust me. No, I'm kidding. They're just whispering to each other. And
here's my question about this: what was the crowd's reaction like? Was everyone into it, or was it like...
there was definitely Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Like the crowd's attention went from like the matches in front of us to Jake the Snake, Jake the Snake. But eventually, once they sat down. They weren't doing too much. Jake's whispering into his ear about things, and Cody and Ortiz end up brawling to the floor, and Cody hits a gourd buster on the floor. If you don't know what that is, Arn Anderson was known for doing a suplex where he lifts you up and then just tosses you forward. Cody does that to Ortiz on the entrance ramp, and he's always done that tribute to Arn Anderson like since the beginning of him wrestling, and I thought that was very well done. But at one point, Lance Archer looked like he was going to hop over. And really? Jake grabbed him and said, no, not now.
Ooh.
Not now.
Not time.
So it looks like Jake is calling all the moves for Lance Archer, and I like this. I think this is very well done.
It is. I was a little disappointed, though, but I was thinking of somebody else.
Me too.
But we'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
It's funny. Me and Robert were just talking about this earlier of who's the client, who's it going to be? And me and him had the same theory, but obviously it didn't come true. But I really like this. I think it's fitting. Lance Archer has been killing it in New Japan, so I'm glad he's with AEW now. And, another big dude that's going to destroy.
Murder Hawk, baby.
Nice.
He comes out, though, and... after getting pulled back by Jake, they disappear in the middle of the match. They just go to the back now. And it's just like, what the hell are they doing? And throughout all of this, Cody and Ortiz are having a decent match, I think. They put on a pretty good one. And Cody begins to work over Ortiz's knee. And this leads to one heck of a moment. The figure four leg lock got applied. And I told Derek before it even happened, I'm like, Cody's about to win with the figure four because of how he was working over the leg and everything else. Figure four leg lock is locked. Woo! And Ortiz taps out. I love it. I love seeing people win from regular moves. It's something different. It brings a nice flow to the match, in my opinion. It gets the win.
Yes, I like the diversity. Let's stop using finishers all the time. It's nice to see a finisher, but then it gets too predictable. Here's the setup. There's the move. There's the crossroads. No, let's do something different.
And they teased it, too, like Cody was going to hit it. And I thought it was well done, because you thought it was just going to be the roll-through, grabbed him. And I don't know if Cody got that from that Daniel Bryan video someone tweeted. I think it was like Wrestling Graps is the Twitter account. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But him and Daniel Bryan had a nice sequence, and he saw it today. He kind of retweeted it. And I thought that was cool that he used that. So, Cody wins with the...
Later.
Huh?
You have to show me that later.
Oh, I will. You'll remember it, too, where it came from. Cody wins with the figure 4. After the match, there's an attack going on. This is building up all the hype for Blood and Guts in 2 weeks. That New Jersey show is going to be off the chain, and I know that they're building to this. So, afterwards, they hype up the attack. Then here comes Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Jake Hager on the screen. And the word pumpkinhead dipshits were used. Very different, very different. And they show Nick Jackson getting attacked.
Only Jericho would come up with something like that.
Am I the only weird one when I saw Nick Jackson like attacked and he was underneath like the little parking? I don't know what you call that, the garage door.
Yeah,
basically.
garage door, basically.
He was there, and I was just thinking when I saw that blood, I was just like, the Monster Mash. It was the Monster Mash. I don't know why I was thinking that. He got his ass whooped right there.
A Halloween murder?
Yay, dude!
Or the Munsters.
More like the Munsters, like comedy wise. Like I was like, what is this? But he gets beat down. I like that they're keeping the inner circle strong. Like they will divide you up and attack you, and it puts more of the wrinkles in everything that's going on with the Elite right now. So I think that was a job well done, in my opinion. With that, what did you guys think of the attack?
I thought it was good. I like the fact of how they took the belt off of Jericho, and now everybody in Inner Circle is pissed. Like they made it seem like Jericho and the Inner Circle have been formed into one person. So if Jericho was good, Inner Circle was good. If Jericho's not good, Inner Circle is not good. So now I look at that as like one whole entity, like one person. Because ever since Jericho lost the belt, the Inner Circle has been on that path like, yo, we're going to kill everybody in our path, no matter who it is. So I like it.
I like how you put that in words. Dope.
Hey, I try.
Much respect. Now, Casey says the Young Bucks are D-bags once again, and but he said he is also pumped about Jake the Snake's involvement. Let me see here. Malik Murray asked a question that I kind of want to address, even though it jumps ahead a little bit. He said, I wish the all-night experience, I think he means Express, comes to AEW, and I get, he says he's got a question. Why is Pac not getting a title shot for the AEW title, but MJF is? The reason for that is because Pac lost several matches, and MJF has not lost a singles match yet.
Yeah, MJF has a better record,
technically speaking, and Pac has took some L's to Moxley, Kenny Omega.
Plus, I think it's too early for Pac.
I don't think he would win the title, but I think he's someone who could challenge for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, but for a title run, I think it's too early.
I think he's a champion down the line.
Absolutely.
Malik Murray also asked, why do they not have a general manager? Do you guys think it's needed? I mean, kind of short answer this.
I thought about this the other day.
Nah.
I was like thinking in my head the other day, like, dude, like, could they have one? I would say, like, in a year or two, make things more interesting. As of right now, they don't need it.
I mean, does a general manager make things more interesting? I feel like it's an overplayed kind of gimmick right now.
Well, I think a general manager is nice, but I think a general manager also disrupts.
You just have to do it right.
Yeah, if you don't do it right, then you're like, all right, get a new general manager. You're too focused on that.
Because I kind of liked it how they did it in Lucha Underground. We liked it how,
I like Regal's role in it in NXT. Like, he's only there for important moments. And that's
right.
It.
Yeah, so if you do it that way, then it works. But if you have a general manager, as other companies do, it gets too convoluted because they're like, all right, well, we're going to do this. Well, this didn't work, but now we're going to
do
this.
Don't do the Baron Corbin crap.
Yeah. Stay away from that, please.
Let me see here real quick. Roberto Biggie said, I see what you did there with the trust me. Casey says, Jake wasn't whispering. He was talking at full volume. It just sounds like a whisper. Ryan R-Dub says that all I want is for Jake to DDT Arn Anderson. Sick is in the house as well. What's up, Sick? Yeah, Jake could end up DDTing Arn Anderson. Hopefully he's not on the concrete like he did Ricky Steamboat. Oh! Prince Rockstar is talking about WrestleMania possibly being canceled. We'll have to wait and see the word on that. We don't know right now. Six said that's like the fourth time since then that the figure four was created that someone tapped out to it. Because nobody ever wins from the figure four leg lock. He said, hey. Yeah, I'm watching the chat from in there on the Animals 07 name. That's me. So anyway, let's get to the women's tag team match here. We have a tag match with Chris Statlander and Sheeta versus Nyla Rose and Bea Priestley. Yo, honestly, that was exactly the first words in my note was, Not joking.
Are you serious?
Derek can confirm.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this.
It's rough.
It was a good booking. Like, I like all four ladies. Something just was off tonight for them. I don't know what it was, but like communications was just off. Like, what?
You know what it is? In my opinion, this is something that we discussed before. They don't have anybody like Natalya. They don't really have anybody like that.
I think it's what I said yesterday. Shout out to everybody who joined me for the EPW 100th episode podcast, even though it really wasn't the 100th episode, but we're going to say it was because officially it was. The whole idea of the women's division, I said that they need to let people go out and work together on indie shows. Like if it's Nyla Rose and Sheeta, for example, send them to a local indie show in Oregon or Texas or New York and have them work together on the show. Whether it's a four-way, make them a package deal. You want AEW superstars, you're going to have to pay them top dollar, and you're going to have to take whoever they're feuding with you. Exactly. And that's something that could just be done privately. Not only that, but I also think that they need better storylines for the women.
Yeah, because none of them really have one. I mean, the only one who really technically has one is Chris Statlander. Technically.
But I just don't see what they're doing with this. Like, there's no emotion behind any of this. They have to figure out how to put some emotion into this. They got to get creative on these. So this was a back and forth kind of, I don't want to say sloppy, but nothing clicked in this match, really.
It wasn't sloppy. I want to say there was probably, it was a match that was full of miscues. I don't want to say it's sloppy because it wasn't sloppy. There was a lot of miscues.
There was just miscommunications, especially like off the top rope spots that were just kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, they were. They honestly, dare I say, they were getting the Britt Baker effect. They were thinking too much on what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, because all four of these girls are great wrestlers. So again, like, what happened tonight? Like, I don't know. I just didn't feel that. I mean, I was excited for them to come out. Like I said, I thought it was good booking. Like, I like all four ladies. So, what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. Jeremy Harris is in the chat now as well. Jeremy, thank you for joining us tonight. I saw Glenn Hunt was in there. Yeah, dude. A lot of people are showing love for Bea Priestley. Hashtag WatchStardom. Shout out to JPQ. He did a great video.
I like her new look, by the way.
Yes. JPQ did a great podcast this week. If you guys did not watch the Stardom No Gate show, it's up for free on YouTube. Check it out, then listen to JPQ's review of it. Really good. Yes, you're welcome. So Sick just made me laugh for the chat. I think Nyla's going to hold that belt for a long time until Kong returns. Could be. I don't know what they're going to do with this, but they got to fix this, man. And I thought it was nice that Nyla gets the win on Sheeta, hits the Beast Bomb. Sheeta was number one contender, I believe. Yeah. So I don't know if this is going to drop her down next week. But I was surprised by the ending where Bea Priestley attacks Nyla Rose, motioning for the belt. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's time for a change yet, but I think that they have to.
Way too early.
Yeah, I think they have to possibly look at that stuff.
At least until Double or Nothing.
I say give it a couple months.
I think you just have to see. I think they're riding the wave with the women right now. Let's see what works. Let's see what clicks, what's not clicking. This is a project, people. This is not something that's going to be fixed in like a month to 3 months.
True that.
I think we have to wait until All Out to see what progress we've made with the women's division at this point. It's going to take some time. That's where I'm standing with it. D, next up, we get your boys hanging out here. It's the Exalted One's favorite promo. It's your boys, the Dark Order, but this time it's Christopher Daniels.
Much respect to Christopher Daniels. That was the dope promo,
wasn't it?
I thought he did very well in it. Daniels does well with like the goofy like comedy stuff. Exactly. I don't know.
Yeah, just the way that it was approached, because it caught me off guard. Like we were all talking, and then once that showed up, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, chill. We gotta see what's going on here. But then with all the the SCU and saying how there is no Exalted One. Everybody thinks that I'm the Exalted One, but I'm not. I'm here to just show you that I can take down. I can take them down by myself if needed. So I respect it. It was definitely a good promo. Mm-hmm. Definitely a good promo.
Pause real quick. We're gonna rewind this back for a second. Casey said, "I don't know. I think you guys are feeding off each other. I did not mind this match at all. Thoroughly enjoyed it." Casey, this is weird to say this, but I think we try to find reasons to like the matches more so than shit on them. This match, I'm not saying it deserves to be like dumped on, but this damn sure ain't nothing that to write home about. Like, yeah, they did really well tonight. No,
definitely not. Definitely not.
It had a few good spots, but again, there was a lot of miscommunications. Like, almost turned into like full on botches. Like,
yeah, I mean, like B Priestley got up on the ropes and tried to do a move twice and messed up. There was a whole bunch of miscues for me. This match, if anything, no disrespect, but this was the lowest match.
Again, I like all four ladies
on the show. Like I wasn't impressed with it because everybody was, like I say about Britt Baker all the time, thinking way too much into what they're supposed to be doing. It should just feel natural. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, you got to be careful because you don't want to mess up anything. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to hurt yourself. But in simple spots, you have to be polished. There's no reason for you to not be polished.
I don't know. This could be. There's something wrong here, and they have to figure it out. That's where I'm going to leave it. Period. Point blank with the women's division. Back to the Dark Order stuff, though. Daniels did very well with this. Could this be a swerve for Daniels? Does anybody believe that in their heart of hearts? Is Christopher Daniels possibly the Exalted One still?
It could be. It could be a swerve.
Because they have not shown him and SCU kind of like reuniting and everything's good.
They still kind of kept him in the back burner. So I still look at it as kind of a swerve a little bit.
Yes. And Casey said, I better hear you say the same shit about the 6-man tag. Actually, Casey, I think that was the theme of tonight. Was the matches weren't bad, but you'll see. I'll say it in the next match, definitely, because I have a spot that I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Daniels is the Exalted One. We'll find out. Let's get to the next match, though. We have a 6-man tag. We've got MJF, The Butcher, The Blade, and The Bunny taking on the Jurassic Express trio of Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt. I would do
like my daddy. What?
That's too old. I was definitely gonna say someone do the floss, but I find it just reprehensible. So, this one, I have my first thing I have written down is don't do too much, and I feel like that was done in spots of this match as well.
Yes. Yeah, tonight seemed like in almost every single match, or if not every single match, everybody was thinking about what to do. Just let it happen. You're all professionals. You can definitely have an off night, but your whole card shouldn't be where everybody's like thinking about something.
Oh, I'm just laughing at Sig's comment. Sig, don't you ever bring up mayonnaise and cough drops in this chat again. That's a disgusting combination.
What did he say?
He said Britt Baker looks like her breath smells like mayonnaise and cough drops. Anyway. Sick. But, yeah, the specific spot I'm talking about that I absolutely detested was the spot with the referee.
Yeah. What was that?
Wait, what happened with the referee?
So there was a pinfall in the match, and there was a hesitation because the spot was supposed to be that Marco's stunt got thrown on top by the Butcher on top to break the pinfall up because his team was getting pinned. Right. Aubrey Edwards counts 1, 2. Marco begins to run, and she had enough time to hit 3, but she kind of stood there and waited. And they threw the guy on top of to break up the pin. I was just like, dude, too much. You don't need all this shit. Even with Luchasaurus diving over the top rope, real close this time to hitting his head. Yeah. Kind of scary. I mean, if the guy's comfortable with doing it, great, fine, and dandy. But I don't want to see Luchasaurus hurt himself again. It's not worth the risk. To me, they're doing too much. They could get away with doing less.
Very little. They can get away with that.
I don't know. Maybe the chat feels different than me. Let me see here. What is going on, Tiff? Tiff is in the house. Queen of the Indies in the chat. Make sure you check her out. She had a good video yesterday, too, during the same time I did.
Hi, Tiff. Hi. Hi there.
But her looks is at 1. Casey and Sick are talking about Britt Baker and her looks. Britt Baker is the version of Alexa Bliss at AEW. Terrible.
Can we stop picking on Britt Baker, man? I'm starting to feel bad.
It was the mayonnaise and cough drops that did it for me. I was done with this. But looking back at this,
Butcher looked pretty good tonight, right?
I thought the Butcher and Blade looked fine for what they had to do in the match. I don't think the mistakes were gelling. Gelling just wasn't there. This is part of the reason why I don't want 6-man tag team titles. Is that fair to say? Like,
I agree. I don't want them either.
You're forcing trios together.
Yeah, because I mean,
like, Ring of Honor had enough of it, and New Japan. Like, we don't need another company to do this. Like, yeah, have the matches once in a while, but if they bring titles in, I'm going to go crazy. I can't, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
And I just have that feeling. What I want is a mid-card title. That's what they need. Is a mid-card title, like Intercontinental or United States or something.
Yeah, I think I would rather see Darby Allin elevated or Sammy Guevara elevated rather than
at some point Jungle Boy,
Sammy Guevara and Pride and Powerful. What does that do? To me, it doesn't do anything, and I just don't like 6-man titles, in my opinion. It didn't work for Ring of Honor. It doesn't work in New Japan. Oh. I just don't like them. Yeah. But this match ends with MJF, that bastard, hits the salt of the earth, which is the Fujiwara armbar, locks it in on Marco's stunt. Marco showed some energy in this, but damn, did Marco's stunt get murdered in some of these spots.
Yes.
Love the dude though. Marco's stunt is great. Also, who noticed in the beginning when he got kicked in the face? Who brought that up? Was it you? Luchasaurus was entering and he accidentally kicked Marco. If you guys go back and watch it,
Luchasaurus was doing usual giant walking over the top rope to get in the ring, and he didn't notice Marco. And as he was kicking his one leg over to the top rope, he got Marco's face. I have to find a replay of that.
See, and then like
poor Marco.
In some instances, I like how athletic Luchasaurus is, but I think there are a lot of moves that he does he shouldn't do just for safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
I do remember him saying in interviews that he loves the luchador style. He always has, and that's why he does the moves like that.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either. But just be safe,
Yeah. I just don't want him to accidentally hit his neck because he's so long when he's doing some of these moves. Have him do a different dive over the top rope. I would still be impressed if he did an Asai moonsault or if he did a moonsault off the edge of the apron onto everybody. I'm still gonna be impressed. Like, that's a big dude doing that shit.
I mean, I would even take it where he pulls himself back like the slingshot, and then and then hop over that way. Like, I'd rather see him do that, versus doing a flip over, like a running flip over. Like, bro, you almost died tonight.
Yeah.
I love the subtle insult still at Cody with MJF still rocking the I Pen Cody shirt. Very Terry Funk-esque, if you know your wrestling history. MJF Great heel. Wardlow ends up assisting them with the win, too. He blocked somebody, threw someone into the stairs behind the ref's back. Salt of the Earth is hit. MJF gets the win. I think this prick's getting a world title shot in the future.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, does he win? Some people think he's set up and, like, ready to go, and he's going to win this easily.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to win.
Thank you, Chris Matthews. Shout out to you in the chat. I saw someone ask how tall Luchasaurus was. He says he's 6'8", 6'9", in that territory. But
yeah, see that's a big guy to be doing luchador.
I still think he can do that stuff. I don't want to see him do the kip ups though. Like anything that could cause him to be hurt. Like if he had an exploding calf or something, he doesn't need to do that.
What was his last injury? What was it?
I don't remember. They don't disclose that really.
It was something with his.
I thought it was leg or his calf or something.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's why I said that.
Leg.
Yeah, he hurt himself while working out, training for his match. But let's move on from this. They get the win.
I would say, quadricep.
Bastard. We get a Darby promo. Darby's promos have no words, so I love this kind of. It's like a weird horror film. He's wearing a mask with Chris Jericho's face with the eyes cut out. You can see it's Darby behind it.
Definitely caught me off guard. I really thought that was Chris Jericho.
There was a body in a body bag with Sammy's face on it. The same thing. The hose.
Maybe he's showing he's done with Sammy. I don't know. I want to know whose body was in that while the car was driving and who's driving the truck. This is manslaughter.
Darby. I think Darby was.
Darby was driving the truck. Well, then who's in the body bag? Weird. But he's driving around and the body bag is like moving while he's driving, like off-roading wherever he is. Pretty dope, man. I love that he's just weird.
I love the way it's shot.
Yeah, I love that he's just weird, man.
Definitely a great fit.
Very campy, like.
Hold on. People are still coming in with this stuff here. For Casey said Luchasaurus needs more big guys to feud with, and then he could do more power stuff rather than lucha stuff. Tiff says that I told you MJF will be AEW champ. I think he will be, but I don't think his first go round. I have an idea of what's going to happen already, Tiff, and I don't want to say it. I think that it's not time, but just know that I have a plan for how this is all going to work out.
I'm very interested.
Do I need to say it now? Damn it, you guys always make me feel like this. I don't want to reveal it, but I think MJF is going to get a world title shot against Moxley, and MJF is not going to win. Because that's where him and Cody... I told you, little son of a bitch. You cost me my title shot, I'm costing you yours now. Exactly. That's where I think it's going to happen here. But he will get the title eventually, I think, though.
I don't think he'll get the title, but I don't think he's taking it off of Moxley. Moxley's going to lose it first, and then MJF will take it from somebody else.
Maybe he'll bring in the Dynasty MLW.
You really want Holiday to show up, don't you?
Yeah.
Speaking of cough drops and mayonnaise, horrible segue there. Britt Baker and Tony Shivani. Or as Tiff says on her show, Shivone. Tony Shivani.
A.K.A. Big Tony. A.K.A. drug dealer. Tony.
That's slander, bro. We can't say this stuff on the show.
Is it really slander, though?
If it's not true...
No one said it was.
We love you, Tony. We love you.
That's right. Tony Schiavone, you're the man. Anyway, Tony comes out to interview Britt Baker. She brings him a coffee. Tony with an eye. A little heart around it. Tony took that shit, too. He's been taking that free coffee. All right? So you better make sure it was paid for. Make sure Matt Jackson didn't make it, too.
Oh, man.
We're going to find out that he's been using urinal water or something. I have that feeling. I just have that feeling that we're going to find that out on Being the Elite.
That's nasty.
But Britt Baker... better not be in that toilet.
Hey! I know you're not in that toilet.
Britt Baker and Tony Schiavone, she's coming out there cutting her usual heel promos. I did laugh pretty hard at the one part about...
What did she say?
A lot of people look like family in here.
Oh, yeah.
Family with each other. And they zoomed in on that guy's face with like the weird chin.
He was like...
Whoever the cameraman is, good job.
Yes.
That's the first good job AEW cameraman I have to give.
Yes, that was perfect.
That shit was hilarious.
That was perfect.
What'd you guys think of Big Swole coming out?
I loved it.
I liked how she's asserting her dominance now.
And, this addressed what we talked about earlier with the women division not having story.
Yes.
This is a story.
Yes.
Building up.
Come on with the hot coffee story, though. I mean, this just reminds me of Jericho and Kane a little bit.
Oh, well, yeah. I could see that. But, I mean,
whoa.
It's
Sorry, I busted that one out. I hated that storyline, though. Like, you spilled coffee on me, I'm going to hurt you. It reminds me of me being burned. Okay, bro, calm down. It's just coffee.
True.
We'll get it out of your wrestling gear, Kane. Chill.
I mean, but like you said, though, this does add to a story.
It's another layer, so I can't really bitch about it.
I mean, you could, though, because...
No. I really feel like I can't bitch about it. They're trying to do a story. That's what I wanted. If it's a start.
Right. But look at it like this, though. It's you can go both ways, because it's a story, but you can also still bitch about it because this is a story that was built up by somebody, or they're building it around somebody who didn't start on Dynamite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Britt Baker carried this promo. Britt did a good job.
She did.
Because I noticed this. Usually you've been complaining about Britt Baker. You were harder on her. But this week on the mic, she impressed you, I think.
Yes, she did.
I thought she did a good job. You've always had pretty good things to say about her. Same with me. I have no issue with this. She's been doing solid work on the microphone.
Well, this week was good because...
What did Rob say?
The other ones, you can hear her voice trembling a little bit.
Oh, and then she talked about Big Swole's boyfriend. If you guys don't know,
yeah,
Big Swole,
this was great.
Big Swole's married to Cedric Alexander, and she said, "I'm married, baby." Anyway, but yeah, but I don't know if Adam Cole's been helping her with the promos, because Adam Cole is amazing. If you've never seen his Ring of Honor stuff, where it's story time with Adam Cole,
he was always great at promos, especially in Ring of Honor days.
Yeah, so I'm loving what she's doing.
Yes,
Matt Taven.
Matt Taven sucks. Stop it. They did good stuff here, though. I'm interested in seeing what they do here. These are two people who I think have been given a lot of crap, we'll say.
Yes.
As far as how their matches have turned out and things weren't working together. Maybe these two are going to gel and they're going to give it time. I want to see this. Have this maybe lead up to a big match at Double or Nothing. You could do something with that, I think.
You definitely can.
Or...
Ooh, what? What you got?
They can have a match at Blood and Guts. Because, next week will be more built up. And it'll be like, you know what? On the 25th, we're going to go at it. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
This could be right. I was gonna say say bitch at the end just because someone made a promo of everybody saying bitch in WWE to each other. Thought it was hilarious on TikTok. But go ahead.
But because Blood and Guts, it feels like is pay-per-view on TV.
It does.
That's why I'm excited for it.
Right. And let me just say this to end. Britt Baker did throw coffee on Big Swole at the end to end the segment. Tony Shivani was sad.
Out of there.
Yeah, she took off. Big Swole stood there in a state of shock. And like I said, this is going to lead to some things. I'm going to leave that where it is. Let it marinate like some chicken for a second. Let's talk about another 6-man tag. Did you guys like the back-to-back 6-man tags? Yay or nay? I didn't like it. I think you should have spread it out. Maybe you should have started with the 6-man tag and then put the other one here.
Yeah.
But we've got the bad boy of professional wrestling, Mr. Joey Janela, with Private Party. Tiff's boys, always hanging out with them.
I'm glad to see them back on Dynamite.
They're good, dude. I love Private Party. I thought they put on I think they had match of the night on Dark last night. I thought it was good
I think they put on a better show tonight. Just in general from their past ones.
Yeah, I thought they did really good in this one. It was more competitive than I thought it was going to be. Yes. I thought they were going to try to establish Death Triangle. Who's Death Triangle? Packing the Lucha Bros, baby. Yo, the pyro. Usually we always say Cody had the most pyro tonight. It was definitely Death Triangle tonight.
Yes, yeah, because when Phoenix was still walking, the fireworks were still going off. Like, pow, 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 pow. I'm like, wait a minute. Time out.
Oh, man. Some people are not fans of the 6-man tags. All 6 were in House of Glory. And Tiff put the heart emoji up. Yeah, she was big fans of them.
Ooh, all 6 who from House of Glory?
She just said that they've all appeared at House of Glory before. So, yeah. Good stuff. I think the Lucha Bros at one point were the tag champs there. Don't quote me on that. But I'm 90% sure that they were. Pentagon. The dope mask. Who caught that? You did, right?
Venom.
He had the Venom mask on half of the face. I really liked that. I thought that was good.
Venom. Yo, if I see a Carnage one ever, yo.
I'm on it.
Dude, I'm waiting for the cease and desist to be thrown out as soon as I see those. Like, all right, buddy, that's enough. But I thought the mask was really good for the match here. They did a lot of stuff in this. Joey Janela has really impressed me as far as he's more than a deathmatch wrestler. I think a lot of people went in
He's actually a
thinking
good wrestler.
I think he is. He's a great wrestler, and I want to see him do that more on the weekly shows. Save those special matches. Like, we know you can get crazy.
Well, for example, for special matches, that one with Kenny on Dark a while back. Remember that one? Him and Janela?
Oh, see? Still Hog Champ, she said. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Ooh. Joey Janela and Kenny Omega on Dark.
Yeah,
that was an awesome match.
That was that might be the best Dark match that they've put on.
I agree.
That's up there.
Agree.
If not, that's got to be in your top 3. But Joey Janela's done really good. And Private Party, I think they've grown. You've made it seem like
since day one. So
well, Derek was saying that they needed that kind of break. Like, send them away for a little bit, let them tune up their stuff a little bit, and it seems like he was impressed tonight.
Tonight, I was impressed with them. I've never gone out and said that Private Party sucks because they don't suck. I feel like they needed to disappear for a little bit to polish their skills because they remind me of the Usos a little bit because the Usos could get sloppy at times. Private Party can get sloppy at times as well.
I still disagree with this. All right, I think Derek's harsh on them.
Yeah, that's why I need to know.
Like when you go back and watch the Rockers, where all the drop kicks lining up. I mean, there's times where you're just like, it's not on point. No. The Young Bucks are brothers, bro. They've always wrestled together. Mm-hmm. And don't say, well, so did the Usos. The Young Bucks have been doing this since they were like 5. So
I mean,
the Usos weren't doing it. They were playing football and stuff.
Call a spade. I mean,
all right. Well, we're gonna leave it at that. I'm not playing with this shit. Casey says Pentagon sells his masks on Instagram. Check him out. He's got some really dope ones. So if you do want to buy one, I'm sure he's gonna be like, yeah, it's $3,000, buddy. But for you,
who said that?
Casey said that he does sell the masks on Instagram.
Thank you, Casey, for letting me know.
Private Party, my boys just chilled with Quen recently. I love it. Oh, she said, how dare you talk about my boys?
I'm sorry, my ass off. You can't tell me that they're polished. I just don't see it.
Listen,
what is it really that always bothered you about them? Like, because like
they're just not polished.
I've been down with them since day one, man. They've been fun.
It's the same thing with the Usos. When the Usos came out, when they would dive over the ropes outside of the ring, feet hitting the ropes and everything, like
Derek
jumping over, like they seem too fucking.
If you don't know this man's blood type, the man's blood type is hate. Hate. Like, this dude is a hater, bro. So we're moving on from this.
Wait, Donnie, how though, dude?
Donnie, let's talk about this awesome finish in this match.
Hold on, bro. How?
This is for all the Derek Dark Order fans and all this shit. Derek is being a hater right now.
I'm just explain to me how are they polished?
Yeah, I think they're good.
Are they polished?
They're young stars.
Are they polished?
They haven't been on TV. This.
But how long have they been wrestling?
Not long. Look, she just put Isaiah is 23.
And
that's young as hell, bro. He just started wrestling.
Okay, so the Usos are how old now?
Wait a minute. Quen's about to jump through the screen and whoop Derek Casey.
Quen ain't whooping nobody's ass.
Yep. All right, bro, chill out with all this. We don't know what they know. We don't know their background.
I know their background.
Yo, listen.
Sloppy.
Oh, my. Derek's a hater, so I'm done with this. Tiff, this has no reflection on me. All right, and Donnie. So you could definitely say, when they see you next week, you may have some problems.
I'm going to still say the same
No,
thing.
He's not. Yes, he's going to be the first one walking through. Hi, nice to meet you guys. You guys are awesome. I watch you guys every week. Appreciate it.
Yo.
I'm going to record it.
All right, you record
Just like Rob. Just like Rob and the whole Jim Cornette stuff. All right?
You can record it. I'm still going to say, hey, you guys are good, but you're still sloppy. Every move is thought out.
I'm done with this.
Every move is thought out.
Final. Let's get to the finish of this. Package pile driver, double stomp, and the black arrow for the win.
Always dope.
Yes. perfection at its finest by all three members of
Real
Death
quick,
Triangle.
Every time, man, Rey Fenix with these crazy from the second rope moves, like these spins, and like he does them so beautifully, it's ridiculous. He is the best luchador today, not of all time, but today.
Dude, Rey. I haven't seen crazy stuff like this since Rey Mysterio.
True.
Rey Mysterio used to do shit that I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
Like, I've never seen that.
I'm willing to say Rey is the best luchador right now.
Rey's legend. Like, Rey is all time.
Hold on. Rey who?
Rey Fenix.
I have to clarify.
No. He's talking about Rey Horus.
I was thinking the same thing. Rey Horus is the man too, though. So look, afterwards, they started trying to do an attack. Now, I don't know what the hell they were trying to line them up for.
What would you call that?
I don't know, dude. They look like they were trying to skin a bear or something, or like they tried to line up all three of them. They were gonna
Pentagon biting Isaiah's ear, like what?
Dare I say Triangle of Death?
Right. I thought they were trying to set up something for like a symbol, but it just looked awkward. Whatever they were trying to do.
I think it was because what's his name?
Quen
was he was too far.
No, they were trying to break his arms. Like, I was surprised that he stayed like that while you're dissing them. I was like, dude, this dude is trying to sell for you, and you're like, here, let me just pull you a little bit more. He's like, yo, you're killing me, dude.
Not dissing, I'm just saying. Oh. It's sloppy.
I'm gonna make Kyle pop Derek for me. Kyle's gonna be at the show from her podcast, so we'll probably meet up with him. Derek's fitting to get kicked out of the arena next week. No, once I say, guys, blood type hate, they're gonna be like, we'll give him the VIP treatment. Don't worry, guys. Hater, bro.
How?
Hater, dude. I hope they wrestle next week, and I want you to be impressed when they do their stuff. How often
are you impressed with them?
Often.
I'm not.
All right, we're gonna leave this where it is. All right, you keep talking that mess, and a couple years from now, remember this, Derek, and tell them to keep the same energy.
I've kept the same energy with the Usos.
All right, that's fine.
Usos are fucking sloppy.
Well, that's because WWE is. So,
that is true. That is very true.
Attack after with the best friends and the OC. Orange Cassidy comes out.
Takes his time to come out.
And then the best part was they were trying to attack him, and he just rolled into the ring ever so slowly, like, what's up? Really good stuff. We find out that we are going to be getting a match for next week, and I'll talk about those in 1 second after this segment, because I have to talk about this next one really quick. Dustin Rhodes is backstage. Now, earlier when we saw him with Nick Jackson, are you guys laughing at this promo?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You guys scared me. I thought I said something wrong, or a booger flew out of my nose or something. Dustin Rhodes. So he is back there, and he was backstage earlier. He had on like his I don't know what to call it, his dad look, basically. And now he's dressed in ring gear, face paint, everything else, and he comes out and he cuts a promo. And he says, you know what? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the Inner Circle running roughshod around here. And you know what? I don't care what Hangman Page says. I'm your tag team partner tonight. So he basically made the claim like, I'm your tag partner whether you like it or not.
I don't care if you like it or not.
Exactly. Hangman Page had no say in any of this. So Dustin says, I'm your tag partner. And he said, we're going to go out there and we're going to kick some ass and do some cowboy shit. It was great the way he said it. We were dying laughing. The passion was there, though. That's what I want to see from promos from people. Yes. I felt it, though.
Yes.
It felt real, and it felt amazing to see that happen.
Part of that Rhodes gene, man.
Queen of the Indies tip said, wait till you meet me, watch, bet. Oh, God. That's all there is to it. He's just wrong in case he's stupid. So,
not wrong at all. They're sloppy. I'm sorry.
Next week, we're going to be there. Rochester, New York. I'm interested to see what this show has. We are going to see the Lucha Bros versus the Best Friends. It was announced. Going to be a great tag team match, I think.
Exactly.
Yo, I call fucking bullshit on this, number one. I have to put the explicit on it now because I said this. Derek has been talking about this fucking Dark Order bullshit for so long. So long that it figures when he goes to AEW Rochester, the Exalted One will be revealed.
I mean, I can't speculate on that, bro. I'm sorry.
Yo.
I can't.
Real quick for the audience, you put up that hood real quick.
I mean,
because that's what we saw on the TV. This
really
dark hooded figure.
Nothing I can really talk about.
Kind of.
You know,
resemblance, maybe.
I mean, I can't. I really can't talk. You know, I can't really talk about it. But,
yeah, you've been hanging out with those meetings with those weird fucks. And we find out next week too that we will have a match with the Inner Circle and the Elite, a 6-man tag. The winner will get the advantage in the Blood and Guts match. Tiff, Queen of the Indies in the chat, is going to that show. I am freaking jealous. I don't know why I always live in a city that's like the second-rate city, and then and the big show is next week. I'm like, fuck my life.
As wrestling fans in Buffalo, New York, we've been dealing with that kind of thing for pretty much our entire lives.
Well, it's been better recently. Like the last 10 years, I'd say it's gotten better, but you still always like, and at the Garden. Yeah. It's like, we're not shit. Got it. Inner Circle versus the Elite for the advantage. That should be a good one. I don't know who the teams are going to be, but I think we're going to get a good match out of that. We're going to see some good stuff leading into this big show for New Jersey, man. We get Jim Ross one-on-one with Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley fucking killed it here in this interview. Jim Ross is great at these still. I love when he does these with anybody.
Revolution.
That was the best sell ever. Guys, I'm out of here at AEW Revolution. But Jim Ross killed it, man. Moxley, my favorite line out of all this was "Step in the batter's box, bitch." This dude is nuts. And I love the way he came off with it. Held the title kind of in his own unique way.
Which I just want to say real quick, that belt looks so good on him.
It does.
Thanks a lot, WWE.
And he says that he's in the Inner Circle's blind spot. I like that. Goes back to the eye and everything else that they've been feuding over. I'm a big fan of this.
Definitely. I can appreciate the promos that are cut by John and the interviews that are done by JR. Very, very spot on. Very perfect to me. Not sloppy.
And Tiff, I hope none of our shows get postponed because of the coronavirus.
Man.
Fuck the coronavirus.
That's what I was just about to say.
Hashtag fuck the coronavirus. I'm sick of this shit that's going on with that too. Let me see here.
And sick. Who said it? Sick. Big Show is not coming. We are not going to have
that. Well, hold on here. Casey said, Queen, it won't get canceled. It'll just get added to the stipulation. It's a coronavirus match. By God, it's the coronavirus death match. Six said, I just got happy when they announced they were coming to the Midwest. They said Milwaukee. I was like, Milwaukee? It's in my Soulja Boy voice. I love this chat tonight. They are on fire. Main event time. We got Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. This seems to be a prevalent tag team. Did you guys know they're number 5 on the tag team rankings, by the way?
No.
I did not.
Yeah, they've been getting wins. Yeah, they beat Darby last week.
That's actually dope.
Yeah, so don't get no ideas. Your boy ain't getting no tag title shot yet. I know. Chris Jericho and Sammy G versus Hangman Page and Dustin Rhodes. I like this.
I like this too, and the crowd's still going with singing the theme song.
Yes.
How long is this going to keep going, y'all?
I don't know, but I've been practicing my lyrics for if he comes out when we're there.
Yo, we're jamming. We're jamming.
Definitely.
Beer spot.
What if I think... No, I'm kidding.
Sick was sad you didn't do the Darby Allin song for him.
When?
You weren't here last week. He was
like, that's right. I'm sorry, Sick, man. I was sick.
Literally.
No pun intended.
Beer spot with Jericho and Page I thought was really good in the match with Jericho getting the beer. Adam Page better stop drinking all that damn beer. He's going to catch the coronavirus. You better watch these people's lips or the herpes, bro. Watch that shit. Cold sores, man. Mm-hmm. It ain't cold season ain't over yet in the Northeast, so don't do that shit in Rochester. I'm telling you.
Yeah, especially Rochester.
The finish of the match, dude. Sammy Guevara is the best seller, I think, in AEW.
Absolutely.
Dude, this man took the Destroyer, flipped up into the buckshot lariat. This dude looked like he got crushed. Hangman Page picks up the win. I love the momentum Hangman Page has now. This is so different from All Out to now.
Yes.
Like, at All Out, everyone was like, oh, Hangman Page could be the new upstart champion. No offense to the people that said that. Fuck that. He was not ready. No. Now, I'm starting to say he's getting towards that mode to where he's almost ready to be like a champion if you wanted him to be.
Yes. He's coming to that point where they can dub him a champion.
Dude, he's doing great. The Inner Circle attacks after the match, putting a beat down on Page and Rhodes. And here comes Kenny running out again. Kenny Omega runs out. He's got the cast on his hand. I thought they made it sound like everyone else in the Elite went to the hospital with Nick when he left, but Omega was still in the house. He starts trying to whoop people with the cast, but then the big hurt Jake Hager is not going for any of that shit, and Kenny can't fight them all off. He's getting jumped. Here comes Cody. Cody's running out to make the save. He does a great job for a little bit until Hager picks him up, slams his ass on the ground too. This is what Jake Hager is supposed to do. Yeah. Be big, be strong, put people down, and say, you know what, your ass is getting whooped. They did a really good job. Hager drags and chokes out the Hangman, and then we get a powerbomb attempt on the stage on Hangman Page. Yeah. He is put up for the powerbomb again. Oh, yeah, they're making fun of the Shield probably. Whatever, I don't give a shit. They're going to powerbomb him off the stage. But then here comes Matt Jackson. He didn't leave either. And he is trying to make the save. And he stops him from powerbombing Hangman Page. Super kicks for everybody. Spears. Taking people down. He had fire in this. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen this type of fire, would you say, from Matt Jackson?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Nothing to this level, I feel like. Yeah. I mean, I've seen the Young Bucks pissed off, healing it up.
Oh, yeah. But not like this.
He did a great job. He did a great job. And then afterwards, I was like, see, Derek, what did I tell you? They're going to unite right here. This is going to be a great moment. And then Matt Jackson gets in his face and gives fucking Hangman Page the bird, dude. I was like, what is going on?
And Hangman was like,
yeah, he got pissed. And during that time, Jim Ross is reiterating how important it's going to be. He is selling this damn New Jersey show with a bow on it. He's like, it's important that these teams know that the War Games... my bad. He was making it the Blood and Guts match. Excuse me. Fuck this. It's a War Games match. And I didn't go over the rules before. It's the exact same rules as WCW with the cage. You can only win by submission and surrender. And he is selling teamwork and the importance of teamwork throughout all of this. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So afterwards, the power bomb attempt is stopped. Dude, the fucking chair shots from Chris Jericho. That first one caught me off guard because I have not seen a chair shot to the face. I jumped off my
seat because I'm like, wow.
When's the last time you saw a chair shot to the face?
Cody.
I'm talking about like, dude, I thought they weren't doing those.
Oh, you mean doing? Well, right. That's what I thought.
Dude, I was like, holy shit. That first one was bad. The second one was all right. I was like, all right, he put his hands up.
I gotta find that clip too. I'm sure.
I want to say the last time I remember a face shot is when The Rock used to do it. Like he used to.
I don't want to hear about Ken Shamrock or Mankind. Those were disgusting. Yeah. But that's how the show ends. The Inner Circle looking strong as we get ready to go into.
Kenny was still in the ring, holding his wrist. Cody was holding his knee, which I hope he was selling. And then we saw the Inner Circle. Jericho takes the chair, puts it on. Was it
Matt? He put it over Matt.
Was it Matt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they're all giving the finger at the end.
Yeah. That is how they go off the air. I thought this was.
That was a dope ending.
I thought it was a fine episode of Dynamite, guys. You know where we are in the review. What did you think of this show? Thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys are giving it a thumbs up. I'm going to say it was a thumbs up episode as well.
Yet again, still not a negative.
Was it the best?
No.
All right. We can all agree. Middle of the road, home show.
Better than the last one.
Better than last week's?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Last week had a surprise, but I think this flowed a little bit better. Yeah. But to me, sometimes these shows feel like they're cramming so much shit in. Like, dude, I could not write all of this down. I could not keep up with writing it down, sending links to people so that they can see the show. It's a lot, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see here what some of the people are saying. We are missing some of this. Where am I? All right. Jesus, Prince Rockstar, you're killing me. Jericho wants the tag titles so he can share the bubbly. Casey said, I just wanted to see the guy that Hangman picked just standing there looking so sad as Dustin takes his spot. That would be hilarious. Malik Murray said, I would love to see EC3 and the Dynasty in AEW, it sounds like. What if they bring the Aces and Eights to AEW? Oh, Lord, no. Not the Aces and Eights. And why the Inner Circle is always on top when they go off the air, because you got to have strong heels, Malik. This is why you do that. You got to have strong heels. People are saying War Games. Let's see here. Jeremy Harris said thumbs up. Casey Briggs said thumbs up, but not as big of a thumb as usual. They're all not going to be home runs, as I like to call it. Sometimes you get the nasty wins. PR Nightmare said, are you not entertained? Jesus De Leon said 2 thumbs up, 7.5 out of 10. Prince Rockstar said thumbs down. I'm not taking... What? He's not a fan of something with Britt Baker. Malik Murray said, why K-Dog not with the Proud and Powerful? He's not... K-Dog's got other commitments still. He's got his radio show and everything else. I don't think it works at this moment. Six said, Derek, well, it's the big show. He said, watch out for it next week. Like a hornswoggle thumb, Casey said. Rob said Orange Cassidy, thumbs up. A little lazy with it. That's fine. So let's talk about next week real quick, guys. You're going to probably get a podcast episode from me on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Make sure you guys are here on YouTube. It'll go out on all audio forms. Linktree in the description. You'll get one of those. Wednesday, though, we will be at AEW Dynamite. So what's going to happen with the show? There is going to be no live show next week. I'm sorry. I know that there's this one, and there may be another one coming up. I'll be able to tell you guys at the end of the week. There may be another one in May where we don't do a live show. But you will get my reactions to it eventually. I don't know if we'll do it when we come back, if people have time real quick, just to share the live experience, maybe give a little different perspective on it. But, yeah, we'll talk about AEW next week, I promise. With that being said, though, we're going to be there live, repping the EPW gear, the merch, whatever it may be. Thank you, Hall.
Thank you for picking the right one.
This should be really good, though. I'm excited to go to the show.
I'm super excited.
I have skipped the last 4 or 5 WWE shows just because.
And it will continue.
We had free tickets to a SmackDown show recently.
And did we go?
Nope.
No.
Not at all. And I don't know what to say. I'm just excited about this brand, this company. I want to see what they do with video games. I'm interested. And when I'm invested in you, I will spend money. I've bought all the pay-per-views. They're not illegally streamed. I purchased all the pay-per-views. So I'm invested in this company, and I want to see what they do for live events. Have some money for some shirts, guys, and let's have a good time when we go there.
Definitely, Prince, that is going down.
Real quick, what were you going to say?
No, I would say I never drink on the job.
I do.
Hold up. Wait, ready?
I almost choked. Chill.
Real quick, I know it's only 2 weeks away, but I'm just curious. We already know there's going to be a roof for the Blood and Guts match, but do you think it would be the same design as the recent cage we saw, but, a little taller because, WWE doesn't have a roof on theirs just because everyone does aerial moves, but you have some dudes in this match in Blood and Guts that do aerial moves. So will there be more height? Because back in the day, you were kind of like this.
Yeah, I don't want to see a Brian Pillman where Sid dropped him on his neck.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, we can't have that again.
That's the first time I've heard Donnie say that the way he said it. That's an A+. That's right, Donnie. I like it.
Thanks,
you like
man.
swearing?
No, I felt
Hate.
I felt the passion.
Hate in the blood.
I felt the passion.
This is a very cringy moment when I saw Pillman take that back in the day.
Yeah, dude, that's bad. I think they will have it higher up so that you can do some aerial moves.
Yeah.
You have the Young Bucks, Jericho, Sammy Guevara in there. They're gonna want to get high.
Think of the cage match that Cody and that Cody
Wardlow?
had. Yeah, Warlord that they had. They didn't have the top, but that cage was freaking tall.
This is the perfect size.
Right, and I think you can stop from the crazy spots from happening. I think this is going to be more so about the story within the cage versus doing a high spot, but you still want the Young Bucks to be able to jump off the top rope, springboard, and stuff like that.
I think it's going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
all of them.
A brawl, more so a brawl than actual. Like, it'll be a wrestling match, but it's going to be a brawl.
Blood and Guts says the name. I think we're going to see blood in this.
Oh, yeah.
But
someone's cutting their face.
Conrad wants to smoke. I want all the smoke, baby. Bring it. With that being said, though, guys, we're going to end the show here. If you haven't, like I said, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you guys watch this after the fact, leave me a comment. Actually, if you get off of this and the comments pop up, leave me a comment and I'll respond to you anyway. Leave me your favorite match of the night, favorite moment of the night. Are you hyped about Lance Archer? Tell me something down in the comment section below. And we are out. And if you're listening to this in audio form, thank you guys so much, man. We're going to start counting this. Then this will be episode 101 on the audio stream. So from this point forward, all these episodes will count as an episode. So that way I can catch up with everybody else.
Go. Love you, Queen.
Donnie, anything you want to say?
Peace, y'all. Thank you.
Peace.